Hi. So I didn't get to do a post at lunchtime because I didn't get a lunch. So I just had a lot going on. I had an outreach and then I had a couple patients and so sorry, I missed lunch. I hope you had a nice lunch. But anyway, I'm leaving now, leaving work, and I'm gonna go hit the gym, and that'll be nice because I didn't do that yesterday. I cleaned the house though. That was work. But I've been thinking about a lot about like your identity. Like I don't know if you've thought much about that. Like how you think of yourself, how you perceive yourself. And improving that, changing that, making it better. Because the reason I bring it up is because I know a lot of people that are just extremely insecure. Like, they don't think very highly of themselves. They don't think well of themselves. And I know for a fact that when you have trauma, it can affect that very much. You don't think you're worth, and then whatever comes after that. You don't think you're worth much, actually, is what it boils down to. Is you don't think you're worth being treated well. You don't think you're worth fighting to heal. You don't think you're worth working on. You don't think you're worth taking care of yourself, much less anybody else taking care of you. And this sense of worth dictates all of your decisions then. So to improve that, what you do is you go to the facts of what God says you're worth and you attribute those to truth. So if God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made, he wouldn't fearfully and wonderfully make something that isn't worth anything. You see what I mean? If you're made in the image of God, that's not worthless. That's worth a lot. If you're made in his image, that means you're made with characteristics of thinking for yourself, free will, all of those things, creativity. And if you don't think much of yourself, you aren't going to use that creativity and use it for God's glory and create things that he's made you to create and do things he's made you to do. See, so it affects everything. There's a trickle down effect. You won't treat somebody else. You'll get really defensive. And you'll have arguments where there really shouldn't be arguments because of this sense of worth. So what you can do is, like I said, get the traits of who does God say that I am, and who I am, scriptures that say who I am. If you look that up on Google, I think it is, or one of the other search engines, you should be able to find, there's a huge list of scriptures of what God says you are, who God says you are. I would definitely get that list and go over it. And when you're new to healing, I would read that list over and over like 10 times a day. You know, first thing in the morning, right before bed, and then a bunch of times in between there. And what that does is it gets the truth into your mind, into your heart. And if you say it out loud, it gets it there quicker. And it reprograms your brain. And then, time in prayer will help you understand things correctly. Reading the Bible will help you. Getting into nature will help you because you're in the creation apart from yourself, the other creation, the trees, the flowers, the fields, everything that you can do to get in nature and just be there. There's lots of like preserves around, nature walks, botanical gardens, wherever you can go. That is other parts of what God made is going to awaken your soul restore your nervous system, your heart, your mind, get it thinking better, more clearly. Walking is going to do that. Movement. My going to the gym is for my entire body, soul, spirit, emotions, all of it, not just my physical appearance, which is way better than it was. Sorry, I haven't been goofy all day. Well, I have a little bit. I have to be with patience. Anyway, so so there's a trick to that. So to improve your self-worth, that's what you do. You get truth in there. And flip side, the other thing you can do to improve your self-worth is to stay away from the people in your life that are telling you, even joking around with you, that you're not worth anything. Even the ones who are joking about, oh, you're so stupid. You know, all of those things, those are bad things. Those get in your head. And your brain will listen to it, whether you like it or not. So you get away from people who are negative, and especially negative towards your person, but negative in general. You got to stay away from that negativity, or it draws you in, draws you down. And that will affect your self-image, self-worth, and pretty much your whole everything. Everything, really. So combat that by getting away from toxic people. They call it toxic, but it's really negative. Get away from all negativity and chaos, all of that stuff, and give it something good to replace it. Get it into the truth of who God says you are and all of that stuff. I made this really long, but I think it's really, really important because self-worth is such a big deal. And I love you, and God loves you so much. And now I have to go pick up my daughter and then hit the gym. So I will talk to you later. Bye.